competition. This is our finals competition. With the winner from this competition goes on to the state regionals competitions in March. So thank you all for being here. So as I've said, you might have heard me say this before, Poetry Out Loud is a national competition that celebrates the power of spoken word while also cultivating certain skills like literary interpretation, speaking, public speaking, and it helps build students' confidence. So this is why we continue to do this, and the students on stage have won their class competitions, have won their period competitions, and now they're here to do this one more time. They'll have 2 rounds of poems this time. They'll do the poem that they read or recited the first round, and they've each selected a second poem now to recite to us today. We will also have, in between each student round, a staff competition where we have 5 staff members who will be reciting a poem of their choice today. That's always fun. And the students on stage will actually select the winner for that competition. So our students on stage have already decided the order in which they will be reciting. The first round will be the order that they are sitting in, and then the second round is in the reverse order. We have several judges with us today to help us with the finals. We have Christy Hardy, our student adjustment counselor, and Chris Mastrangelo, our principal. I, as always, will be checking the accuracy score, and then Jen Lam, the LA teacher, will do all of the tabulations each round. So thank you all again. Some audience reminders that I always like to highlight. I thank you all for being here and being supportive of the students on stage. And in doing so, please, I ask that you put your phones away, shut them off, because you can hear and see a lot of the action from on stage and it might be distracting to them. Also, avoid aside conversations and just give the students on stage your undivided attention and the support that they need, that they would like also, because being on stage can be a little, nerve-wracking. You should know that from being in front of your classes. So, without further ado, we will begin our finals competition. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Kenneth Liu, and I'll be reciting The Debt by Paul Laurence Dunbar. This is the debt I pay, just for one riotous day. Years of regret and grief, sorrow without relief. Pay it I will to the end, until the grave, my friend, gives me a true release, gives me the clasp of peace. Slight was the thing I bought, small was the debt I bought. Poor was the loan at best, God, but the interest. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Tom Sconti, and I will be reciting Contraction by Ravi Shankar. Honest self-scrutiny too easily mutates into false memories which find language a receptive host, boosted by boastful embellishments. Self-esteem is raised on wobbling beams, seeing seen is stuff enough to fund the hedge of personality, though personally, I cannot forget. Whom I have met and somehow wronged for a jar of fuchsia juice, trading some ruse for a plot or two. Labor to braid from transparent diction, fiction, quick fix, quixotic fixation. As the pulse of impulses drained through my veins, I tried to live 20 lives at once. Now, one is plenty. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Nini Mona, and I will recite April Love by Ernest Downside. We have walked in love's land a little way. We have learned a lesson a little while. And shall not part at the end of the day with a sigh, a smile. A little while the shine is sun to conjure, joins lips, for how shall fall when the day is done and when love is done. We have made no vows, though none be broke. Our love was free as the wind. There was no word said. We need wish unspoke. We have wrought no will. So shall we not part at the end of a day that had loved and lingered? join lips for the last time. Go our way, other side. Smile. Thank you.
My name is Lyra Gold, and I will be reciting The Waterfall by Henry Vaughan. With what deep murmurs through time's silent stealth doth thy transparent, cool and watery well here, flowing, fall and chide and call, as if his liquid, loose retinue stayed lingering, and were of this steep place afraid. The common pass, where clear as glass all must descend, not to an end but quickened by this deep and rocky grave, rise to a longer course, more bright and brave. Dear stream, dear bank, where often I have sat and pleased my pensive eye, why, if each drop of thy quick store runs thither whence it flowed before, should poor souls fear a shade or night who came shore from a sea of light? Or if those drops are all sent back so sure to thee that none doth lack, why should frail flesh doubt any more that what God takes he'll not restore? O useful element and clear, my sacred wash and cleanser here, my first consigner unto those fountains of life where the Lamb goes. What sublime truths and wholesome themes lodge in thy mystical deep streams, such as dull man could never find unless that spirit lead his mind, which first upon thy face did move and hatched all with his quickening love. As this loud brook's incessant fall in streaming rings restagnates all, which reach by course the bank, and then are no more seen, just so pass men. O my invisible estate, my glorious liberty still late, thou art the channel my soul seeks, not this, with cataracts and creeks. Thank you.
My name is Alyssa Littlejohn, and I will be reciting God's Grandeur by Gerard Manley Hopkins. The world is charged with the grandeur of God. It will flame out like shining from shook foil. It gathers to a greatness like the ooze of oil, crushed. Why do men not wreck his rod? Generations have tried, and all is seared with trade, bleared, sneered with toil. And wears man's smudge, and shares man's
Hi, my name is Emma Martinez, and I'll be reciting Semi-Splendid by Tracy You flicker. Something flickers, not fleeing your face. My heart hammers at the ceiling, telling my tongue to turn it down. Too late. As something climbs, leaps, is falling now, like the prank of an icy, rainy room. I chose the wrong word. I'm wrong for not choosing merely to smile, to laugh, to pull you toward me, and away from what you think of as that other me, who wanders lost among whom? The many? The rare? I wish you didn't care. I watch you watching her. Her very shadow is a rage that trashes the rooms of your eyes. Do you claim surprise at what she wants? The poor girl, pelted with despair, who flits from grief to grief. Isn't it you she seeks? And if you blame her, know that she blames you for choosing not her, but me. Love is never fair, but do we, should we, care? Thank you.
Hi, my name is Allison Yu, and I'll be reciting Friendship After Love by Ella Wheeler Wilcox. After the fierce midsummer all ablaze has burned itself to ashes and expires in the intensity of its own fires, there come the mellow, mild St. Martin days, crowned with the calm of peace, but sad with haze. So after love has led us till he tires of his own throes and torments and desires, comes large-eyed friendship. With the restful gaze, he beckons us to follow, and across cool, verdant vales we wander, free from care. Is it a touch of frost lies in the air? Why are we so haunted with the sense of loss? We do not wish the pain back, or its heat. And yet, these days are incomplete. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Vincent Tai, and I'll be reciting Amor Mundi by Christina Rossetti. Where are you going with your love locks flowing, and the west wind blowing along this rocky track? The downhill path is easy, come with me, and I please you. We shall escape the uphill by never turning back. So they two went together in glowing August weather. The honey-breathing heather lay to the left and right. And dear she was to dote on, her swift feet seemed to float on the air like soft twin pigeons, too sportive to alight. Oh, what is that in heaven, where gray cloud flakes are seven, where blackest clouds hang riven just at the rainy skirt? Oh, that's a meteor sent us, a message dumb, for tennis, an undeciphered solemn signal of help or hurt. Oh, what is that glides quickly, where velvet flowers grow thickly, their scent comes rich and sickly, a scaled and hooded worm. Oh, what's that in the hollow, so pale and quick to follow? Oh, that's the thin dead body which waits the eternal turn. Turn again, oh my sweetest, turn again, false and fleetest. This beaten way thou beatest, I fear, is hell's own track. Nay, too steep for hill mounting, nay, too late for cross counting. This downhill path is easy, there's no turning back. Thank you.
My name is Jessica Lee, and this is Invictus by William Ernest Henley. Out of the night that covers me, black as a pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Michaela Scott, and I'll be reciting Lines Ring in Early Spring by William Wordsworth. I heard 1,000 blended notes, while in a grove I sate reclined, in that sweet mood, when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. To her fair works did nature link the human soul that through me ran, and much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. Through primrose tufts in that green bower, the periwinkle trailed its wreaths, and 'tis my faith that every flower enjoys the air it breathes. The birds around me hopped and played their cups I cannot measure, but the least motion which they made, it seemed a thrill of pleasure. The budding twigs spread out their fans and catch the breezy air, and I must think, do all I can that there was pleasure there. If this belief from heaven be sent, if such be nature's whole plan? Have I not reason to lament what man has made of man? Thank you.
Hello, my name is Brian Coxwell, and I will be reciting It Couldn't Be Done by Edgar Albert Guest. Somebody said that it couldn't be done, but he, with a chuckle, replied that maybe it couldn't, but he would be one who wouldn't say so till he tried. So he buckled right in, with the trace of a grin on his face. If he worried, he hid it, and he started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done. And he did it. Somebody scoffed, "Oh, you'll never do that. At least no one ever has done it." But he took off his coat, and he took off his hat. And the first thing we knew, he'd begun. With the lift of his chin and a bit of a grin, without any doubting or quitting. He started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and he did. There are thousands to tell you it cannot be done. There are thousands to prophesy failure. There are thousands to point out to you one by one the dangers that would to assail you. But just buckle in with a bit of a grin. Just take off your coat and go to it. Just started to sing as you tackle the thing that cannot be done, and you'll do it. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kimberly, and I'm going to be reciting A Poison Tree by William Blake. I was angry with my friend. I told my wrath did end. I was angry with my foe. I told it not my wrath did grow. And I watered it in fears, night and morning with my tears, and I sunned it with smiles and with soft, deceitful wiles. And it grew both day and night, till it bore an apple bright. And my foe beheld it shine, and he knew that it was mine. And into the garden, known where when the night had veiled a pole, in the morning light I see my foe outstretched beneath the tree. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Maureen Osama, and I'm going to recite a poem called Cage Bird by Maya Angelou. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends, and dips his wing on the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so we are just going to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill. For the caged bird sings of freedom. The free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade winds softly the sighing trees, and the fat ones waiting on a dawn-bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams, his shadow shouts on a nightmare scream, his wings are clipped and his feet are tied. So he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill. For the caged bird sings of freedom. Thank you.
This is the first student round, so let's give all of the students a round of applause. And now to separate the two student rounds, we have a staff round. We have 5 staff members who will be coming on stage. When I call your names, please come on up to recite a poem to us. So we have Mr. Mauser.
Hey, my name is Mr. Malden. I'll be doing A Poison Tree by William Blake. I was angry with my friend. I told my wrath, it did end. I was angry at my foe. I told it not. My wrath grew. And I watered it in fears. Night and morning with my tears. And I sunned it with smiles. And with soft, deceitful eyes. And it grew both day and night. To the board an apple bright. And my foe beheld it shine. And he knew that it was mine. And into my garden stole, when the night had veiled the pole. Glad to see my foe outstretched beneath the tree. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Isaac Wilde. I'll be reciting The Snowstorm by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Announced by all the trumpets of the sky arrives the snow, and driving over the fields seems nowhere to alight. The whited air hides hills and woods, the river and the heaven, and veils the farmhouse at the garden's end. The sled and travelers stopped, the courier's feet delayed, all friends shut out. The housemates sit around the radiant fireplace, enclosed in a tumultuous privacy of storm. Come see the north wind's masonry, out of an unseen quarry evermore. Furnished with tile, the fierce artificer curves his white bastions with projected roof round every windward stake or tree or door. Speeding the myriad-handed, his wild work, so fanciful, so savage, not cares he for number or proportion. Mockingly on Cooper kennel he hangs Parian reeds. A swan-like form invests the hidden thorn, fills up the farmer's lane from wall to wall, while the farmer's sighs, and at the gate a tapering turret overtops the work. And when his hours are numbered, and the world is all his own, retiring as he were not, leaves, when the sun appears, astonished art to mimic in slow structures, stone by stone, built in an age, the mad wind's night work, the frolic architecture of the snow. Thank you.
Right, I'm Keaton Quinn. I'll be reciting One Perfect Rose by Dorothy Parker. A single flower he sent me since we met, all tenderly his messenger he chose. Deep-hearted, pure, with scented dew still wet, one perfect rose. I knew the language of the floweret. My fragile leaves, it said, his heart enclose. Love long has taken for his amulet one perfect rose. Why is it no one ever sent me yet one perfect limousine, do you suppose? Ah, no, it's just my luck to get one perfect rose. Thank you.
My name is Mr. Grinnell. The poem I'm reciting is in Spanish, so I'm going to read it first in English, and then I'll do the recitation in Spanish. So in English, it's called Novia del Campo Amapola. Country bride poppy that is open in the wheat, little poppy poppy, do you want to marry me? I will give you all my soul, you will have water and you will have bread. I will give you all my soul, my entire soul is a groom. You will have a humble home, I will love you like a child. You will have a humble home full of sunshine and affection. You will go to the fountain for water. I will water your field with the sweat of my brow, poppy of the road, red like a heart. I will make you sing, and to the sound of the sorrowful mill wheel, I will open my heart. Poppy of my life, country bride poppy, that is open in the wheat, little poppy poppy, do you want to marry me? So that's in English. And then in Spanish, we'll see if we can do this. Alright. Novia del campo, amapola, que estás abierta en el trigo, amapolita, amapola, ¿te quieres casar conmigo? Yo te daré toda mi alma, tendrás agua y tendrás pan. Yo te daré toda mi alma de galán. Tendrás una casa pobre, yo te querré como un niño. Tendrás una casa pobre, llena del sol y de cariño. Yo te labraré tu campo, tú irás por agua a la fuente. Yo te regaré tu campo con el sudor de mi frente. Amapola del camino, roja como un corazón, yo te haré cantar. Y al son de la rueda del molino, yo te haré cantar. Y al son de la rueda dolorida, te abriré mi corazón, amapola de mi vida. Novia del campo, amapola, que estás abierta en trigo, amapolita, amapola, ¿te quieres casar conmigo?
My apologies, I did not memorize my poem. It's okay if that disqualifies me. I'm Mr. Page. I'll be reading Song of Myself 52 by Walt Whitman. The spotted hawk swoops by and accuses me. He complains of my gab and my loitering. I too am not a bit untamed. I too am untranslatable. I sound my barbaric yacht over the roofs of the world. The last scud of the day holds back for me. It flings my likeness after the rest into true as any on the shadowed wilds. It coaxes me to the vapors and the dust. I depart as air. I shake my white locks at the runaway sun. I effuse my flesh in eddies and drift it in lacy jags. I bequeath myself to the dirt, to grow from the grass I love. If you want me again, look for me under your boot soles. You will hardly know who I am or what I mean, but I shall be good health to you nevertheless, and filter and fiber your blood. Failing to fetch me at first, keep encouraged. Missing me in one place, search another. I stop somewhere, waiting for you. Thank you.
The winner of the staff competition receives this plaque is the Mr. Dave Holland Poetry Out Loud Teacher Competition winner. For those of you who don't know, Dave Holland was a teacher here who would always recite poems and bring it to such life, and we've since lost him, so we're keeping his legacy and memory alive through this plaque. So the 2022-2023 staff competition winner is, drumroll please, Mr. Isaac Wild.
My name is Nordy Masson. I'm going to recite another poem called The Air on the Song by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. I shot an arrow into the air, it fell to earth, I knew not where, for so swiftly it flew the sight, could not follow it in its flight. I breathed the song into the air, it fell to earth, I knew not where, for who has sight so keen and strong that it can follow the flight of song? Long, long afterward, in an oak, I found the arrow still unbroke, and the song from beginning to end, I found again in the heart of a friend. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kimberly, again, and I'm going to be reciting Ways of Talking by Hao Jin. We used to like talking about grief. Our journals and letters were packed with losses, complaints, and sorrows. Even if there was no grief, we wouldn't stop lamenting, as the longing for the charm of a distressed face. Then we couldn't help expressing grief. So many things descended without warning. Labor wasted, love's lost, house is gone, marriage is broken, friends estranged, ambitions worn away by immediate needs. Words end up in our throats for a good one. Grief seemed like an endless river, the only immortal flow of love. After giving up a land and giving up a tongue, we stopped speaking of grief. Smiles began to brighten our faces. We laugh a lot at our own mess. Things become beautiful, even hailstones in the strawberry fields. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ryan Cogswell, and I will be reciting I'll Lie Because the Dazzling Sun by Emily Bronte. Ah, why? Because the dazzling sun restored my earth to joy. Have you departed, everyone, and left a desert sky? All through the night, your glorious eyes were gazing down at mine, and with a full heart's thankful sighs, I blessed that watch divine. I was at peace and drank your beams as they were life to me, and reveled in my changeful dreams like petrol on the sea. Thought followed thought, star followed star, through boundless regions on, while one sweet influence, near and far, thrilled through and proved us one. Why did the morning rise to break so great, so pure a spell, and scorch with fire the tranquil cheek where your cool radiance fell? Blood ready rose, and arrow straight, his fierce beam struck my brow. The soul of nature sprang elate, but mine sank sad and low. My lids closed down, yet through their veil I saw him, blazing still, and bathe in gold the misty dale, flash upon the hill. I turned me to the pillow then, to call back night and sea. Your words of solemn light again throb with my heart and me. It would not do. The pillow glowed both roof and floor, and birds sang loudly in the wood, and fresh wind shook the door. The curtains waved, the wakened flies were murmuring round my room, imprisoned there till I should rise, give them leave to roam. O stars and dreams and gentle night, O night and stars return, and hide me from the hostile light that does not warm but burn, that drains the blood of suffering men, drinks tears instead of dew. Let me sleep through his blinding ring, and only wake with you. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Michaela Scott, and I'm reciting Thoughtless Cruelty by Charles Lamb. There, Robert, you killed that fly, and should you 1,000 ages try the life you've taken to supply, you could not do it. You surely must have been devoid of thought and sense to have destroyed a thing which no way you, annoyed, would one day wound. 'Twas but a fly, perhaps we'll say, that's born in April, dies in May, that does but just learn to display his wings 1 minute, and in the next is vanished quite. A bird devours it in its flight, or come a cold blast in the night, there's no breath in it. The bird but seeks his proper food, and Providence, whose power endued that fly with life, when it thinks good, may justly take it. But you have no excuses for it. A life by nature made so short, less reason is that you, for sport, should shorter make it. A fly, a little thing you rate of Roberts, do not estimate a creature's pain by small or great. The greatest being can have but fibers, nerves, and flesh. And these, the smallest ones possess, although their frame and structure less escape our seeing. Thank you.
My name is Jessica Lee, and this is It Couldn't Be Done by Edgar Albert Guest. Somebody said that it couldn't be done, but he, with a chuckle, replied that maybe it couldn't, but he would be one who wouldn't say so until he tried. So he buckled right in with a trace of a grin on his face. If you worried, he hid. He started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. Somebody scoffed, "Oh, you'll never do that. At least no one ever has done it." But he took off his coat, and he took off his hat, and the first thing we knew, he'd begun it. With a lift of his chin and a bit of a grin, without any doubting or quit it, he started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. There are thousands to tell you it cannot be done. There are thousands to prophesy failure. There are thousands to point out to you, one by one, the dangers that wait to assail you. But just buckle in with a bit of a grin. Just take off your coat and go to it. Just start in to sing as you tackle the thing that cannot be done, and you'll do it. Thank you.
Hello? Hi, my name is Vincent, and I'll be reciting Children's Hour by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Between the dark and the daylight, when the night is beginning to lower, comes a pause in the day's occupations that is known as the children's hour. I hear in the chamber above me the patter of little feet, the sound of a door that is open, and voices soft and sweet. From my study I see the lamplight descending the broad little stair, Revelise and laughing Allegra, and Edith with golden hand together to take me by surprise. A sudden rush from the stairway, a sudden parade from the hall. By 3 doors left unguarded, they enter my castle wall. They climb up into my turret, over the arms and back of my chair. If I try to escape, they surround me. They seem to be everywhere. They almost devour me with kisses, their arms about me entwined, till I think of the Bishop of Bingen, his mouse tower on the Rhine. Do you think, oh blue-eyed Billy, because you have scaled the wall, such an old mustache as I am, is not a match for you all? I have you fast in my fortress, and will not let you depart. Put you down into the dungeon, in the round tower of my heart. And there will I keep you forever, yes, forever in the day, till the walls shall crumble to ruin, and molder in dust away. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Allison Yu, and I'll be reciting Sanctuary by Jean Valentine. People pray to each other the way I say you to someone else, respectfully, intimately, desperately. The way someone says you to me, hopefully, expectantly, intensely. You who says, you, who I don't know how to talk to you. What is it like for you there? Here, well, wanting solitude and talk, friendship, the uses of solitude, to imagine, to hear, learning Braille, to imagine other solitudes, but they will not be mine, to wait in the quiet, not to scatter the voices. What are you afraid of? What will happen? All this leaving and meetings, yes, but death. What happens when you die? Not scatter the voices. Drown out, not leave the house out of my own words. To be quiet in another throat, other eyes. Listen for what is like there. What word? What silence? Allowing, uncertain, to drift in the restlessness. Propose, to run like water. What is it like there, right now? Listen. The crowding of the street, the room, everyone hunches in against the crowding, holding their breath against dread. What do you dread? What happens when you die? What do you dread in this room now? Not listening, now, not watching, safe inside my own skin. To die, not having listened, not having asked, to have scattered life. Yes, I know. The thread you have to keep finding over again to follow it back to life. I know. Impossible sometimes. Thank you.
My name is Emma Martinez, and I'll be reciting Life and a Love by Robert Browning. Escape me? Never. Beloved. Well, I and you are you, so long as the world contains us both. Me, the loving, and you, the lone. Well, the one eludes must the other pursue. My life is a fault, at last I fear, though it seems too much like fate indeed. Though I do my best, I shall scarce succeed. But what if I fail of my purpose here? It is but to keep the nerves at strain, to dry one's eyes whose last and fall. And baffled, yet up. My life is a fault at last. So the chase takes up one's life too much like fate. Well, look but once from your furthest bound at me so deep I failed of my purpose in the dark. It is but to keep the nerves at strain, to dry one's eyes and laugh at a fall. And bow sooner get up the ground and begin goes to ground. So the chase takes up one's life, then another one, straight to the self-same mark. I shape me, ever removed. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Alyssa Littlejohn, and I will be reciting Piano by D.H. Lawrence. Softly in the dust, a woman is singing to me, taking me back down the vista of years, till I see a child sitting under the piano, in the boom of the tingling strings, and pressing the small, poised feet of a mother, who smiles as she sings. In spite of myself, the insidious mastery of song betrays me back till the heart of me weeps to belong to the old Sunday evenings at home, with winter outside and hymns in the cozy parlor. The tinkling piano are gone. So now it is vain for the singer to burst into clamor with the great black piano appassionato. The glamour of childish days is upon me. My manhood is cast down in the flood of remembrance. I weep like a child from the past. Thank you.
My name is Lyra Gold, and this is an anthology of rain by Phyllis Levin. For this, you may see no need. You may think my aim dead set on something, devoid of conceivable value. An anthology of rain, a collection of voices, telling someone somewhere what it means to follow a drop traveling to its final place of rest. But do consider this request if you have pressed your nose of any shape against a window. Odor of metal, faint, persistent, while a storm cast its cloak over the shoulder of every cloud in sight. You are free to say whatever crosses your mind when you look at the face of time. In the passing of one drop, gathering speed, one drop chasing another, racing to reach a fork in the path, lingering before making a detour to join another, fattening on the way, until entering a rivulet, running to the sill. So please accept this invitation. You are welcome to submit. There is no limit to its limit. Even the instructions are a breeze. As long as you include nothing about yourself except your name. Your address remains unnecessary, for the rain will find you. If you receive it, it receives you. Whether or not you contribute, a volume is sent. And when you lift the collection, you may hear, in opening anywhere, a drop, and its story reappear as air turns to water, water to air. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Yuni Mora, and I will recite Manhunt, or Ode to First Kisses by Elizabeth Nelson-Bader. It was always the older kids running to Riverside, hiding behind trees and underneath jungle gyms, holding your breath in the darkest hours. You had your team, trying to find me. I could not wait to be old enough. The captor's arms clasping. Manhunt? Manhunt? 1, 2, 3! This poem wants me to turn the compass in a different direction. Perhaps commentary on police, or the assaults that happen in the dark when children play games. Well, adults sit fierce and sit on rolls of carpets, the worst of memories. But no. Sometimes being honest means offering more than a joke. The game was a different kind of winning. The chase about the way they wanted to hear. A countdown softly whispered as the July air stuck on your hair, to our necks, and everything was playful. And again, thank you.
Hello, my name is Thomas Conti, and I'll be reciting The Conqueror Worm by Edgar Allan Poe. Hello, 'tis a gallant night in the lonesome latter years. An angel throng of leaders sit in the theater to see a play of hopes and fears, while the orchestra breathes fitfully the music of the spheres. Mimes in the form of God on high mutter and mumble low, and hither and thither fly. Mere puppets they who come and go at bidding of vast formless things that shift the scenery to and fro, flapping from out their condor wings, invisible. Whoa. That motley drama, oh be sure it shall not be forgot, with its phantom chased forevermore by a crowd that sees it not, through a circle that ever returneth then to the self-same spot. And much of madness, and more of sin, and horror, the soul of the plot. But see, amid the mimic rout, a crawling shape intrude, a blood-red thing that rides from out the scenic solitude. It rides with mortal pangs, the mimes become its food, and seraphs sob at vermin things in human gore imbued. Out are the lights, out all, and over each quivering form, the curtain of funeral pall comes down with the rush of a storm. With the angels, all pallid and wan, uprising, unveiling, affirm that the play is the tragedy man, and its hero, the conqueror worm. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Kenneth Liu, and I'll be reciting The Soldier by Rupert Brooke. If I should die, think only this way, that there's some corner of a foreign field that is forever England. There shall be in that rich earth a richer dust concealed, a dust whom England bore, shaped, made aware, gave once her flowers to love, her ways to roam. A body of England's breathing English air, washed by the rivers, blessed by sons of home. And then, this heart, all evil shed away, a pulse in the eternal mind, no less, gives somewhere back the thoughts by England given. Her sights and sounds, dreams happy as her day, and laughter learned to friends, and gentleness, and hearts at peace, under an English heaven. Thank you.
It's first and a tie for second. So I'll call you both out at the same time, I guess. Second place, we have Thomas Conti and Michaela Scott. And our first place winner will also have the trophy, but they'll have their name kind of like immortalized on this, what do we call it, pole? So, first place, representing Malden High School at the state regionals, will be Jaylene Mora. Mr. Angelo beat me to it, but I was going to thank you all for being a wonderful audience today and for coming and supporting the students on stage. It takes a lot to come up here and recite in front of everyone, and especially now they have 2 poems, right? So thank you to you all. Round of applause to you. And thank you to my judges for taking the time out of your schedules to do this and support our students. And this officially concludes our finals competition from Malden High School 16th year running. Thank you.